they look specifically for people who aren't necessarily, who don't represent the majority, because they know it's the most controversial thing and that it'll get the most clicks. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Danielle, and in this one we're going to be discussing the portrayal of Black women in the media, how I feel that they use us for clickbait and for headlines and for views and all that good stuff. So if you want to hear my opinions on that, and you want to also see how I got this look, because this is going to be like a chit chat, get ready with me, then just keep on watching. All right, y'all, so the first thing we're going to start with is a quick TJ Maxx haul, because I got a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but I got a few new things from TJ Maxx that I want to show you guys, and they are beauty related. So I have been hearing so much about this product, the Thayer's facial toner. People be raving about this, and I was like, let me go ahead and try it out, because it was a little bit cheaper at TJ Maxx. So I got it for $7.99, and I think it's like 10 or 12 at other places. So I was like, why not? I also got a new mirror. I've really been needing a mirror, so I got this one. It's just a normal vanity mirror that I'm going to use to sit here and do my makeup today. It has 10 times magnification on the other side, so you just flip it and you can get either or. That was definitely a need. I grabbed some face masks. I've seen, they have so many of these like cream brand face masks at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all those stores, Home Goods. But this one in particular is for Aries, and I'm an Aries. So I was like, you know what? Let me try that out. So yeah, I got that. I haven't exactly tried those yet. I actually got this stuff last night, so I haven't tried any of it yet. Except the toner. I put that on after I finished washing my face a little bit ago. And then another new thing is this Marc Jacobs At Lashed mascara. While I was in the store, I went ahead and did like a quick search. I wanted to see if what people were saying about it and if they liked it, and they have really good reviews. So I'm hoping that I like this, because I have been looking for like high and low for a new mascara. And then the last thing I got is not beauty related, but more fitness, and I just got like a quick or a weighted jump rope. So that is my entire little haul. Now let's get into actually getting ready, because I'm about to go out in a little bit. Plus I'm going to be filming today, so I want to just look presentable. So yeah, I've already cleansed my face. I've already toned. I have not moisturized yet, so I need to do that. And then we're going to go ahead with makeup application. And I'm out of pretty much everything, so I'm definitely back to basics with this like cleanser from I don't know how long ago. Not cleanser, moisturizer from I don't know how long ago, but I don't have any other moisturizer at the moment. I'm actually about to reorder. I've been using the Paula's Choice Clear moisturizer, or all of their products, so I'm gonna be repurchasing that. But yeah, so the topic for this video, y'all, is why are we always a headline? Like, why are Black women always used for a headline? Why are we always used for clickbait? Like, why are we always the butt of the joke? Like, I don't get it. It's just too much. Like, it's a lot to unpack in general, but I just feel like people just do too much when it comes to the way they talk about Black women and how they kind of categorize and lump us all in as one type. Like, if you're Black, you're this way, and that just isn't the case. And it's irritating. So recently I've been seeing a lot of videos, and there have been a lot of conversations about what Black women will and won't do in relationships. And in general, I think it's disingenuous for a lot of people to be saying the things that they're saying, because I just feel like I just said, it's not something that you can classify someone on based solely on what color they are or what race or culture they come from. You cannot say that every Black woman is this or that. Like, it's just not true. So that I went ahead and worked my foundation in. It's definitely not the right color, but back to the conversation. So yeah, I think it's just very disingenuous to make it seem like all Black women are one way, or all of any kind of woman is one way. But I feel like that happens to Black women in a negative way more often than other races of women. I feel like it's always really derogatory when it comes to describing the traits of Black women. I'm not really sure why that is. I'm sure has roots in a lot of things that we're not gonna get into today. But also think that, or I also know that there is not one Black experience. I think we all know that. All of us who are Black know that. If you're white, you know that there's not one white experience. We all have different experiences, and being white or Black or Hispanic or Asian or whatever, it doesn't ensure that you have the like stereotypical Asian experience if you're Asian, or the stereotypical Black experience if you're Black, or the stereotypical white experience if you're white. There are multiple experiences that you can have, and within any race. There are just a multitude of realities for people, and it doesn't necessarily depend on race, period. So that's another one of those things that I'm just like, why is it always about race? Because obviously we can have different experiences being Black, and we're not all one way, basically, is what I'm getting at. I think that when a lot of these people talk about Black women, it's a lot of stereotypes, it's a lot of generalizations, it's a lot of blanket statements. It's just a lot of things that aren't necessarily always based in fact. Like, it's okay to say that this has been my experience, but I know that maybe that's not the case across the board. And I feel like that's what people just don't say. Like, and honestly, I think that goes both ways. I think women do the same thing. They say all men are this way, which obviously is not the case. They say, there's a lot of things that people say that aren't true. But the conversation right now is about the way people, describe Black women as a whole. And there's not one way that all Black women feel. There's not anything that all Black women feel. Like, we all are different. We're individuals. We have different life experiences. We have different just ways of looking at things. We have different mindsets. Like, and there's levels, like, we don't all come out in our 20s, we're probably all a little bit more selfish. We're probably all a little bit more self-centered. We probably all just don't have the life experience to be the best versions of ourselves in our 20s most times. But when you progress to your 30s and 40s and 50s, you have more experience. You're wiser. You know more, so you can do better. And I know that is just like, that's just something that people don't talk about, or like when they are discussing their experiences, like, age isn't always factored into it. And age or life experience has a lot to do with how someone carries themselves, how they act, how mature they are. And I just think I just feel like it's so intentional the way people come after Black women as a whole. It's like, they are this way and that's it, period. This is how they are. Bam. That's who they are. Just period. That's how they are. And if that's what you want to deal with, then go ahead and get you one. But if that's not what you want to deal with, then you might want to look elsewhere. And I forgot to do my eyebrow. Not the smartest move. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just tired of that whole narrative. And I just think that a lot of us are trying to do better. Like, a lot of us are trying to have healthy relationships, not just relationships. We want healthy relationships. We want thriving. We want to be thriving. We don't want to just be surviving. And that includes the way you view that includes the way we view relationships. Like, we don't want to just have someone to have them. We want to have a real connection. We want to have a lasting relationship. We want to have healthy communication and dialogue. We want to be nurtured and respected and cared for and all of the above and blah, blah, blah. Obviously. And I think that's just on a basic human level. We all want that. Men and women really want the same things at the end of the day. When it comes to like what they just want on a human level, like what they look for in a partner, like what's really important to them at the end of the day. I think it's more similar than not what men want and what women want. But I think the way that we communicate it doesn't always come across right. Like the way men bring up cooking and cleaning. And that's another thing, like people say the modern Black woman or the modern woman in general is not really trying to cook and clean. I don't think that's true. I think that the modern woman is okay with cooking and cleaning. I just think she doesn't want that to be the hallmark of her worth in a relationship. Like the only place her value lies. And she doesn't want it to be something that she has to do, or how can I say this? She doesn't want a man to think that he doesn't have to do those things because she's there. Because in reality, if you were single, you were doing it for yourself anyway. And I'm not saying that a woman doesn't, but I still think that women do want to do that. They do want to take care of their partner. They do want to cook for them and clean up and, and make a nice home for the man that they love. But everybody ain't that man. Like, everybody is not worthy of that. And you kind of got to be a little bit more choosy about who you are going to do that for. Otherwise, you just looking crazy, because now you're in a situation where you're doing all these things, and then you're expecting that doing those things was going to get that man to stay with you, or, treat you the way you want to be treated, or whatever. And that's not the case. So I just think that the dialogue needs to be a little bit more open when we're talking about relationships in general, and we need to just look at people as human first and not necessarily as men or women, because obviously men want women most of the time. But what's really important to a man, I don't think, is that he has somebody that cooks and cleans. Is it something that isn't important? Yes, but is it like the most important thing? No, because if that were the case, all of these women who are out here cooking and cleaning for these men, they would be happy with them, but they're not. So it's more than that. It's like you want somebody to respect you. You want somebody who can communicate. You want somebody who can make your home look nice and decorate and do all those things. You want somebody who listens to you. You want somebody who is not combative. It's a lot of stuff that you want. It's not just that you want somebody who can cook and clean well. And that is what they say. Like, that's what is at the forefront a lot of times when they talk about what are you bringing to the table. It's usually about cooking and cleaning. And it's like they make such a huge deal out of it. But a lot of men can cook for themselves. A lot of men can clean up for themselves. They don't need a woman for that. Do they want that? Do they feel like it will make their lives easier? Yeah. But do they need that? Like, is that what you absolutely need, or you will not be happy without it? For a lot of men, I feel like the answer is no. They can pretty much do a lot of that stuff for themselves. So I think that the conversation needs to be about what the conversation is actually about, which is I want somebody who can, who respects me and who is genuine and who is honest and trustworthy, who's kind, who's caring. Like, it's all those adjectives that really make a person worthy of your time and your effort. And those are the things that's hard to find in every person. Like, everybody doesn't have those qualities, but anybody can learn to cook and clean. Anybody can make a house look nice. But is that person also going to be respectful towards you? Is that person also going to love you? Is that person also going, like, genuinely love you? Is she also going to be there for you when things, aren't necessarily going your way? Or, I think people need to put first things first and be more intentional about the words that they choose to use when it comes to describing what they want in a relationship and in a partner, and say what it really is. Like, I feel like people don't actually say what it really is. They say I just think people don't say what they actually mean. I think people don't necessarily know how to communicate what they want, or maybe the men think that it will sound weak if they say, like, a lot of the things that I just mentioned is what is actually important to them in a relationship. I don't know. Because y'all know I'm married. I've been out of the game 4 minutes. It's been a while. So it's been well over a decade. So I'm not really, like, whatever information I get about the dating scene comes through friends and things like that. So I'm not really getting it straight from the horse. I'm not in that life. But I do know what's important in a relationship to me. Like, I know what's important to my husband in a relationship. I know what we tend to want from each other. And I feel like that is what most people want. I feel like the same things that I just mentioned are the things that most people are really, really yearning for in life in general. Like, that's, you want a partner because you want somebody to make your life easier and pick up the slack where you know, kind of pick up where you leave off. You want somebody to be there for you. You want somebody to actually love you and care about you and cherish you and all those things. And I think that that's the things that people don't say. And that's why men and women have such a hard time coming to an agreement on what's on during these conversations, because it always goes back to men having money and women being able to cook and clean. And that is really just not what people actually want, but it's what, when you're forced on the spot to name what you want and you haven't really given it a lot of thought, I think that's just the easiest thing to say, if that makes sense. So that's my little 2 cents on that whole conversation. But I really do wish that people would stop saying, like, putting the word black in front of those like conversations and stuff, and using black women and black men specifically as target practice for these conversations. Like, this is not a black or white, this is not a black issue. This is a period issue. Like, a lot of women and men just have trouble communicating. Is it probably heightened in the black community? Probably so, because of all these stereotypes, I think. And then because of the podcast and all of these like YouTube channels that bring these people on, bring these women on, knowing that they're going to have controversial opinions, and they look specifically for people who aren't necessarily, who don't represent the majority, because they know it's the most controversial thing and that it'll get the most clicks. And that's why I say that they do it for that is clickbait, because you're not looking for like sound women. You're looking for the woman who's going to come on there and say the most crazy thing. And even though she doesn't represent the majority of women, that is what people will assume when they see it, especially black women. I just think that people are a lot more willing to believe that that's how black women are, rather than experiencing it for themselves. And I think that also applies to black men. People are a lot more willing to believe that black men are a certain way, when in reality, it's probably not the case. I'm married to a black man. I know other women who are married to black men. I know other black men who are married and or in relationships and faithful and all that. So we need to stop perpetuating all of these stereotypes. And if y'all hear my kids screaming, that's what you hear. Went ahead and got my eyebrows on. I'm just going to clean them up really quickly with a little bit more concealer and a skinny brush. I'm doing my makeup all out of order, but it's fine. I think it's also important that we as women take accountability. And the older I get, the more I'm starting to realize that the way you deliver your message does matter. And sometimes stereotypes play a role in how people perceive you, even though they don't know you. So, and especially in relationships, when you're actually, you know, you in the thick of it, the way you deliver your message does matter. If you want to be actually heard and you want the person to receive what you're saying, then you have to find a way to communicate with them that they can receive it, that they can hear you, and that they can understand you. Because if not, then it was for nothing, because they won't, you know, you haven't gotten anywhere if you don't find a way to make it so that they are going to receive what you're saying. Because the point is for you to benefit in some way when you bring up your grievances, or when you say something, you know, you want to be heard so that it can change. But if you don't find a way to say it that is productive, or that they if you can't figure out a way to say it that they're going to actually hear and understand and be able to internalize it, then it was a waste. So that's something I'm definitely learning in my 30s or in my mid 30s at this point, that, you know, I have to be accountable for, you know, my actions, and I have to make sure that I'm doing a better job of listening. And that when I do speak, that I am saying things in a way that my husband can receive them, that it's not, he doesn't feel attacked. You know what I mean? So we got to work on that, y'all. We really do. And I think that's just in general, like, we have to let them be right sometimes. And it's hard. It's hard to do, especially when you know you're right most of the time. Like, but gotta let them have something sometimes. But yeah, we are wrapping this makeup look up. I'm just gonna blend this shadow and feather it out a little bit. I think I'm gonna do an all matte look today. Not really gonna try to incorporate any shimmers or anything. I'm just gonna go all matte. All right, y'all, so now that the eyes are done, I need a better setup. Hopefully when I move, I'll be able to actually have a better way of doing this. But for now, this is what it is. But let's go ahead and try out this new mascara. It looks very luxe, I will say that. With the black and white stripes. It feels good in your hand. It says Marc Jacobs right there. And I am, if this is good, I'm probably just going to stick with this and keep using it moving forward, because I just need to find something and stick with it. So, okay, it had that pop sound good. But yeah, let's go ahead and apply this mascara. It feels good. It doesn't look super wet to me. Yes, ma'am. Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all can see the transformation that's happening on these lashes, but I am literally amazed. Wow. Y'all, look at that. Oh my gosh. So my first impression is this mascara is everything. Like, I'm shook. It looks so good. It looks like I have on false lashes. Yeah, I don't have eyelash. Like, my eyelashes are so short. I'm shook. I am shook. The difference is night and day. Girl. Ooh, this about to be my new holy grail mascara. I can't get over this. This is crazy. Whoa. All right, y'all. I need to contour my nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And now that it's notched, a good nose contour, girl. it just make you like a whole nother person. So yeah, now that's done, I am going to I think I'm gonna do a little bit of under eye shadow just to like bring the color underneath my eye a little bit. I'm not gonna do too much, just really a little bit. And then we will pretty much be done with this look. This is definitely like something you can do every day. Super simple. Doesn't require a whole lot. It was one eyeshadow color. And there we go. Now, let's do a bit of highlighter. Just on the tip of my nose. Bridge of my nose. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm definitely kind of taking some away after I put it on, because I don't want it to be like, you know, just crazy looking. I'm gonna use one of the colors that I have in this palette. This is the, I don't even know if you can get this palette anymore, but this is it's my Ray Ray palette from BH Cosmetics. It is very messy because my daughters keep getting into it. But I'm gonna take this kind of pinkish shade and just use that as a quick little blush. I need to buy some new blush, because I definitely prefer more like peachy blush shades. Just kind of blend that out a little bit more. And you can do a little bit of highlight. Just like the tiniest bit, nothing crazy. And there she is. Face is done. We just need some lip gloss. I'm a lip gloss kind of girl. I don't wear a lot of makeup, a lot of lipstick. So the last step is to spray my face. I'm using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I showed y'all this a couple vlogs back when I grabbed this from Target. And I'm going to avoid my eyes because I don't know how this mascara is going to react. So just avoiding the eyes. Actually, probably need a little bit more right here. And now we can work on the hair. I've been wearing a wrap. I don't know when the last time I've been able to say that. I haven't worn a wrap in so long. But this is how I've been preserving my hair while it's straight. I literally just try to put my part back in the same spot, and turns out pretty good almost every day. I might use a little bit of edge control, but typically I can just take my hair down and it's fine. Sometimes I will hit this part because it's a little bit, I want it flatter and it's not laying as flat as I want. Like, I want this side of my hair to be pretty flat, and then I want this side to have some volume. I'm gonna do a little bit of edge control right here. try to use a really light touch with the edge control because I don't want it to be like built up and nasty looking. So that is it for the hair. It's done. It's really easy, really quick. And for lips, I told y'all I'm a gloss girl. My favorite lip gloss at the moment is the NYX Butter Gloss. And the one I've been using the most is the Tiramisu. This is what it looks like. And then I've been putting this Maybelline Hot Lacquer, Vivid Hot Lacquer on top. This one is in Too Cute. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. But it's kind of like a more opaque lip gloss. So I usually take, I don't really have to line my lips when I'm using this combination. I'll take my butter gloss, and then this angle is not, it's not it, I'm sorry. But then I finish up with a little bit of the lip lacquer, and I just put a little bit in the center to kind of make it a little bit lighter. And that is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. Get ready with me. I'm going to go ahead and throw my clothes on and get out the door. But if you did, don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know your thoughts on relationships and how the media portrays black women, how men portray black women, just how you feel about all of it, because it was a lot to unpack. So yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.